Welcome back, everybody, to Biz Talk with Sherman. I'm your host, Sherman On from Hoteling Insurance Services. Really want to welcome all of our viewers and listeners, whether you're here from Chicago or AM radio out of San Antonio, or even just viewing us out of Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, here in the greater city of Houston, and also Mexico City. We're excited that Now Media's continue to branch out to a variety of different cities and locations. And of course, you can view us on demand, so you can be viewing us from any part of the world. And so we appreciate the time and attention that you give to us as we continue to bring forward to you what we feel valuable information about how you can work, live, and play in your communities, and how a lot of business owners are making things happen, and those in sales and business development. So we're excited to be able to bring this episode to you today. And so if you'd like to be a guest, where you're like, hey, I have a great story, we're a for-profit, nonprofit, philanthropy, charitable organization, you want to share your story, feel free to reach out to me and the team. You can email me at sherman.on@hgfin.net. We'd love to be able to have you share that story with our audience. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump into health insurance with Daniela. Daniela, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm super glad to be here with you, Mr. Sherman.
All right. So now I'm really excited to be able to dive into some of the terminology that a lot of times people, they read about when they're doing their elections for health insurance, but they might not really understand what they mean. So the first one, Danielle, I'm going to put you right on the spot here, is what's the difference between like a copay and co-insurance?
Yes, Mr. Sherman. As you say, they're so basic concepts, but they're so difficult sometimes. The copays and co-insurance, they're so different because the copay, it is a flat rate that they will dedicated use for doctor's appointment, drugs, maybe urgent cares, specialists. But the co-insurance, it is a percentage that you as a client are responsible to pay for your medical bills. For example, if some insurance or some plans has 80-20, so my responsibility is 20% and the insurance responsibility it will cover 80%. So there is the highly difference between those ones.
Gotcha. So that makes it really simple. Thanks for breaking that down for us. Now, the other thing that we get into is a word called deductible and then out of pocket. And what are those two things that people can really understand what those mean?
Yes. Deductible. Deductible, they're mainly for preventive services. So the deductible is my responsibility. So I have to pay that kind of amount. That way the insurance will cover me almost in 100%. Okay? So what is in the deductible? There are some lab tests, MRIs, CT scans. So all of the preventive services. Now in my out of pocket, there is everything that is out of my pocket. So my labs, emergencies, surgeries, everything that I pay off my pocket is going to be to that side. As soon as I reach my out-of-pocket in full, the insurance will cover me 100%. My only responsibility is my monthly premium and some co-pays, for example, the doctor's appointment, and that's it.
So it sounds like then that the co-pays and my co-insurance, they add to that out-of-pocket expense,
sir,
right?
You're correct. Yes, you're correctly.
All right. So then when it comes to some of those preventative services, I think people are a little bit confused on that. If, let's say, they have an annual checkup, is that typically part of most people's plans?
Yes. Or annual checkup, or the annual exam women's, or the men's annual exam, they are already covering 100%. So you mostly doesn't have to pay anything for your annual checkups.
So then when it comes to hitting your out-of-pocket maximum for the year, so let's say, for example, I think that's a concern for people, right, is that, let's say I had a huge hospital bill and I hit my out-of-pocket, I paid all the $5,000. What does then the insurance company do for me when I hit my out-of-pocket maximum for the year?
We'll cover you 100%. So if your out-of-pocket is $5,000, the insurance will be responsible for the rest. So if you have if the medical bill total, it is, I don't know, 50,000, and your out-of-pocket it is 5,000, you're only going to pay 5,000. The 45 rents, the insurance will cover you in 100%.
Wow. So that's
During
really
the whole year, I'm so sorry about that. During the whole year, it is not only for this medical situation. It's going to cover you for during the whole year.
so that can really give people that kind of peace of mind. If they have something tragic happen, cancer, heart attack,
Yep.
they're only going to be left with a bill that it's still expensive, right? Hitting that out-of-pocket maximum,
know.
but at least that's the limit, right?
It will help you a lot. Yes.
So in this, I know this is a very tricky question, but how can someone find the right plan that's for them?
The first thing that I can just tell you, just to try to look in your plan, is will cover you your needs, your doctor, your near hospitals to you. So if those things, the plans will cover you, just take it. Just try to find the plan with a low deductible, with a low out of pocket, with a copay that has a fixed amount. So don't percentage, because you never know how much you're going to pay. It's not the same. It's different when you go to the doctor and you say, okay, I'm going to pay $20, but it is really different when I'm going to say, okay, I do have the 20% of the doctor's appointment. So it makes a really big difference when you know and whenever you don't know how much you're going to pay. So try to look at those little details just to get a really good plan for you.
Super great advice there, Daniela. For someone that might be listening, whether it's a business owner or a family or an individual that is trying to be able to make sense out of this, how can they reach out to you and your team there to be able to see what's going to make sense for them?
Yeah, well, social media, In Solutions Agency, we are located on the Highway 6 North and Clay Road. Also in our website, it is isagency.net. My phone number is 832-216-8827. We will more than happy to help you.
All right. Well, wonderful. We appreciate you coming down, really dissecting some of those terminologies that can be really difficult for people to understand. We're going to take a quick commercial break, folks, and we're going to come back with your digital business with Mike Moran.